Start in a seated place. You can arrange your body in any way that's comfortable. So one of my favorite teachers, Darren Main, he's the author of Yoga and the Path of the Urban Mystic. He says that there has to be just enough suffering to bring us to the practice, to get us to do something perhaps different than the normal day-to-day life. But he also warns that if there's too much suffering, it itself becomes the impediment that keeps us from doing the shift, the change, the practice. So the fact that you're here tells me that you're ready to practice. And the wisdom of adapting your practice means that recognize what comes with you, the energy level, the tenderness of your body, the story of your manas, your intellect, your emotion, your intuition. Honoring what is as important as showing up to be with what is. This is the practice of compassion. So as you land into a comfortable seat, welcome the breath as that intimate friend, as that wise teacher, as that patient guide, to welcome you back into yourself with the witness, to observe without judgment, to witness and observe with love. What are you noticing? What are you feeling? It's enough just to breathe. Feel how the air comes in through the nose, travels down the throat. Can you allow the belly to soften and let the lower lobes of the lungs fill up? As you exhale, the belly might draw back towards the spine. You might feel the ribs sink, the chest swallow out. Notice how long, keeping an even tempo with your breath. How long does it take to inhale? What is the length of your exhale? If they are even and you feel steady and grounded, stay with that rhythm. If they are uneven and you feel agitated or anxious, lengthen the exhale, even just another count. If you're feeling lethargic, heavy, like you're not even sure you want to take that next breath, focus on the inhale, welcoming that in. That is enough. As Rolf Gates says, the inhalation is our practice. The exhalation is our dharma. Our gift to the world, our life's work, is that which comes as the consequence, the natural consequence of showing up and welcoming the breath in. Take a few more rounds with this breath in and out. So the tempo and the pace that helps to ground and settle will inspire and to integrate your body, your breath, and your mind. letting the mind listen to the body and the body speak to the spirit. Remembering this internal language. We were born fluent and perhaps forgotten how to listen or how to translate these languages of the body, the breath, and the mind. The practice will help us to remember. Now, if the body is asking for a particular movement, honor that, test that theory, and move that space. If nothing is clear, if no language is being heard, then join me in cat and cow. Rounding the back, tucking the chin, lifting the pubic bone to curve the length of the spine. And then flipping, rolling forward on the sits bones, lifting from the sternum, opening the throat, lifting the chin to cow. Take your time and layer this movement onto that rhythm of your breath. If your seated shape wants to move into a table, a hands and knees shape, feel free. This is a decision that is not only based on our familiarity, but wisely should be based on our effort, our energy available. For me, it's more energy to do cat and cow in table than it is in seated. Even more energy to do it from a standing position or a bit of a supported goddess shape. So adapting to what you need. From the cat and cow, we're going to move into the shoulder circle. One shoulder lifts up, back, and down, and then the other. Again, if you're in a table pose, this might be more of a crawl stroke, like you were swimming, sliding one hand back and then reaching up and over. Okay? Eventually, the elbows can participate. You can reverse the direction from going forward and then back, or going back and then forward. And that alternation, again, if you're in table, you might sit back onto your shins and your feet to scroll the shoulders together. And then allowing the hands to find a rest. Maybe they rest on your lap or wrap around. Start to circle the nose. And pause. Let that movement fade away. The echo that kind of lingers. When that's gone, reverse the circling nose. Where's your breath? Can you redirect that breath to help support this movement? Nice. The head comes to stillness. Once again, take a few breaths to pause and let all of that movement fade away. And then one hand is going to extend to the floor as the other side leans to open. Now the option is for that second arm to come up and over, extending that stretch, or to leave that top arm down. Spreading the distance between the bottom rib and the top of that hip on the top side. Closing that distance on the bottom side, giving it a little bit of room to ease, to slacken. If you want to reorient your sit, your legs, finding again a balanced place that's comfortable, sustainable, supportive. As the body sways from side to side, maybe the head wants to drop the chin to the shoulder, looking down to the floor for more grounding, or swiveling up towards the ceiling for a little more of an energy lift, right? Again, let this be reflective of what your suffering needs as its remedy. If you're feeling really lethargic and it was hard to just show up, maybe take that energy to look up. If you're feeling a little frazzled, a little anxious about the schedule with the holiday season and this shorter, darker day, maybe you want to ground and look down to the hand. Stay right here or begin to change from this vertical into more of a horizontal sweep. Combining a bit of the twist and the flexion of both lateral and cat-cow rounding. Nice. When you are ready to come back to an upright shape, we'll take those arms into a sun breath. So wide and high. Lengthen to the crown of the head. Bring the hands on the exhale behind and press out. Inhale, flip the palms over, fold the hands in. Exhale, intertwine the fingers and press forward as you cat the back. Inhale, turn the hands over as you lift up, look up, reach up. And then turn the palms down and fold it, perhaps even reaching to the back side of the body, bowing forward. Inhale, sun breath up. This is a Taoist influence breath, right? As the exhale, hands come down and press out to the side. Inhale, fold in. Exhale, cat and press forward. Turn the palms up, lift up, look up, open the heart and the belly. Exhale, bow, sweep the hands down, around, back, and maybe up. Good, one more time. Rise, sun breath. Fold and press out. Taoist interpretation of this breath. Fold in, inhale. Press out, exhale. Flip palms up, lift. Flip palms down, press back and bow. Maybe the hands intertwine as you come up. Maybe they crisscross behind the back body. Maybe they fold as you then just seesaw the ear just a couple of times. The arms unwind, bring them around to the front, give yourself a hug. Say something kind, something encouraging. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for breathing. Open the arms wide, feel the heart open. And then close the opposite arm on top. And give yourself another encouraging word, another emphasis of love and gratitude. Or just feel into how the body experiences this shape. As you release and unwind, go ahead and move into some wrist rolls, forearm circles, or even some supported swiveling of the forearm bones, the wrists into the hands. Nice, and give a shaky shake. And join me, if it's appropriate, into a table pose, working to move the lower body. Set the props out of the way that you no longer need. Stabilize your shoulders with a nice broad spread hand. The knees might be wider than the hips. They might be directly under the knees. They might be a little more narrow as you begin to explore the side to side rocking, maybe with a front to back sway, kind of accessing the whole fanned shape of those external rotators in the hips and the buttocks. That rock and sway might increase towards this half circle, back and around, kind of a horseshoe shape. Hands extend long, hips sink towards child's pose, rock forward through a cat. Let the hips descend and open the front body into this floating or touchdown supported up dog. Take it back, lift from the belly, tuck the toes, settle the hips, but lift the chin. Floss the spinal cord in the spinal column. As we come forward, shoulders over wrists, jaw, chin to chest, option to add the bend of the knees. Take your time, toes down and under, lift the hips, lift the chin. Shift forward, chin down, hips down, toes up. Coming back to your table pose, extend one foot, press through the heel, stretching the back of the calf, the length of your leg. Take another breath here. And then roll it out over and around the ankle. Feel each of the toes getting their love and attention. Rolling one way and the other, or back and forth as the body asks. All right, take that leg, float it up and cross it to the other side. Curving the body into a C shape, perhaps once again, mimicking that side to side sway we did from our seat to open the space between the ribs and the hip and across the back of the pelvis. Unwind from that lateral and swing the knee around into a few circles in each direction. Reverse it. All right, stepping that foot forward, you might like to welcome in blocks underneath your hands. Just a few, rocking Hanuman. So we've got the legs working in opposite directions. So we're working the underside of the front leg, the front side of that back leg. Just allowing the body to transition with grace, with ease, with compassion. Well done. Pause if there is a pause that feels good. It could be pausing for the hamstring stretch in this Hanuman, or perhaps you want to pause forward and take a bit of a twist here, right? Even exploring a bind. We got 5 breaths to find a pause that meets you at this meeting point of attention and intention rooted in compassion. As you release from your pause and come back into that ebb and flow, bring the front leg back and move to the second side. You might like to rock or sway the hips to get them back into collaboration. Before extending the second leg, to explore the stretch to the back side, the calf over the heel, maybe up to the underside of the upper thigh. Keep it in the belly of the muscle as much as you can. And then shift to roll out the ankles and the toes. Go back and forth, or go in one direction for half a dozen times and then the other. What feels good? Good. When that feels like it's ready to move on, float the leg, cross it to the opposite side of your mat, curving through the torso and breathing. You might notice that one side of the body, one side of the lungs set, has more room to expand than the other. Maybe you can feel the breath deeper. Maybe there's more sensation in a different area of the body. Notice what you notice. Feel what you feel. Releasing this lateral banana shape, go ahead and bring the knee around for some circles. And then reverse it. Stepping that foot forward to rock the Hanuman. All right, find your pause. It doesn't have to be the same mirrored shape from the first side. Listen to what this side of your body wants, what it needs, where there's room to explore with compassion as your guide. Nice. As you release, step it back, pause in a child's pose. Arms could be long, they could wrap around wherever it makes sense, maybe holding your forehead. Breathe into the low belly. Let the ribs flare, let the back round. Knees might be wide, they might be narrow. Releasing from your shape, swing the legs around and lower the spine to the mat. You've come to the rest portion of our practice. And so what does that mean for you? Maybe you want to slide right into Savasana for these final few minutes. Maybe you would like to take a twist, particularly if you didn't take that twist in the lunge. One knee over and take 5 breaths. If you're still with me, unwind the twist, catch the ankle with the bottom leg as you bring that bottom knee towards the body, folding into our figure 4 or our pigeon variation. As you release the pigeon, let both knees fall wide, hands reaching towards the feet for a happy baby pause. Notice where you feel compression, where you feel stretch. What is the sensation? The intensity of that sensation. Use your hands to help bring the knees together and reverse. So the opposite leg is going to cross for the figure 4 shape first. 5 breaths. Just like we did at the beginning, let your breath help you ground and balance the energy. Does that mean a longer exhale? Does that mean more focus on the inhale? Does that mean an evenness, a steadiness is enough? When you release the figure 4, our final expression before Savasana is that last twist. Your choice of variations is always welcome. Letting the earth support you in this reclined exploration of restful poses. The final nod towards paying attention and working to unwind the effort in the body. To then release all effort and as much movement as is unnecessary, and just breathe in a reclined or restful shape. Maybe it is, in fact, the shape of Savasana. Maybe there are props and supports or blankets or an eye pillow. Notice the breath as it moves in and out. Feel its nurturing energy to soothe, to settle, to inspire, to encourage. And as I close this practice, know that you are welcome to stay right here in Savasana for as long as you need. That is an honoring of your intelligence and your wisdom. Whatever the amount of suffering that has compelled you to come to your mat, to the practice. Maybe there is gratitude in that discomfort. Because in the gratitude, in the discomfort, is the invitation to begin again. To honor your journey, to recognize the hurdles and the challenges, but to embrace the practice as the way to better living, to alignment, to ease, to bliss. May you breathe deeply, move freely, labor lovingly. May you live vibrantly. Namaste.